is the N.Oranie Bluetooth headset, straight from Amazon. It's currently selling at about £10 on Amazon, which isn't a bad price for a Bluetooth headset. It comes with Bluetooth 4.1, which is quite handy. So let's open it up and see what the device is like. It is absolutely tiny, this device. I'll show you just how small in a moment. But in this bag we have a little user manual, which is always quite handy. It's quite detailed, tells you how to do everything from skipping tracks when listening to music to voice dialing, so that's quite handy. We also have a little in-ear headphone if you wanted to connect that to the device, so that could be quite handy. We have the micro USB charging cable, so it's quite nice that they use micro USB. That means a lot of my other cables will work with it, and a little over-the-ear piece in case you wanted to use that. Although I found personally I didn't need this, it holds into the ear very well even without that. And we have the actual Bluetooth headset itself. So this is absolutely tiny. To give you an idea of how small it is, here's a 2p coin, and it is a good deal smaller than the 2p coin. In fact, you could probably fit the whole lot on a 2p coin. That's how small it is. So the actual device itself has a main multifunction button just here. You've got the part that goes into your ear, and this little bit for a bit of stability. On the bottom you've got a plus and minus buttons. They can be used for changing the volume or for skipping forward and backwards through tracks if you're listening to music. And we have the little charging port. And this device is very light. It really is light. It fits quite comfortably in the ear, which I was quite surprised about. And you can have it in there for a good couple of hours, and I found it doesn't fall out. It doesn't move, it stays in place really well due to the fact that it is just so light and so small. So to switch on the device, you press and hold this multifunction button, and in a moment you'll see a little blue light flash in there. So the blue light flashes until it's connected to my device, which it is now connected. And you do most things through this multifunction button here. So if I press twice, it starts to ring my last dialed number, which is quite handy. I press it again and it stops. If somebody rings me, you just press this button to answer, press it to hang up, or you long press or double press if you want to reject the call, so that's quite handy. I couldn't quite get voice calling to work. That might be something to do with my phone rather than the device, but it did mention in the instructions to double press or to long press to get voice dialing up, but double pressing just gets me my last called number, and long pressing didn't seem to do much at all. So I'm not too sure how to do that, but that could be a problem with my phone rather than the Bluetooth headset. But besides that, everything's been fantastic. I wasn't expecting much out of such a small microphone, especially when it's placed around the side of your face. But it actually picks up your voice very well. You don't have to speak loudly at all. It's not tinny, it's quite a rounded and quite a nice sound that it reproduces. And so the microphone works really well. And the same with the actual speaker in the headset. I listened to some music on it, and it's not going to rival Bose headphones or anything like that, but it is quite a nice sound. It's more than acceptable for the occasional listening of music or making phone calls, and it is quite loud as well when you use the volume buttons to make it louder. So a really nice device really. I wasn't able to run down the battery fully by making phone calls, so for the purpose of testing I listened to some music on it, and it lasted for a good 4 hours before the battery gave up. So for listening to music and considering the size of the device, that is quite a long time. So if you put that into phone calls, I guess the average user would get a good 2 to 3 days worth of phone calls from the device, so that's more than acceptable from such a small device. Just the point, if you do have to charge it, if you keep hold of a power bank or something, you can still use the device while it's charging. You'll just have a big charging cable coming out of the back of your ear, which might look a little bit strange, but if you're ever stuck, that will definitely work. And charging time isn't long at all. I usually leave it for about an hour, and when I come back it's fully charged, so that's more than acceptable, really. So I was really surprised by this little device. It is so small, yet it's so powerful. I can go into the other room and it will still keep connected to my phone, and it will still let me make phone calls or listen to music. In fact, outside I can go a good couple of 100 feet away and it will still keep sort of good connection and good quality as well, really. So it's quite a nice device. It's very powerful. It lasts for quite a long time as well, and it's quite discreet. If you look closely, you do have a big bulging thing coming out of your ear, but you do have to look closely. It's not something that people are going to notice if you're just walking past them on the street. So it is a lovely device. It's made quite well. You've got a rubberized sort of plastic all over it, so it feels like a premium product as well. I'm quite surprised that they can make something so small and so powerful for the price point, actually. So I'm really happy with that. I would give it my thumbs up and really recommend this little Bluetooth headset.